Hello guys, this is Joy with Move with Joy Dance Studio, and today for Technique Tuesday we are going to work on tilts and tilt jumps. So these are things, again, make sure you have some space because your legs will be kind of stretching quite far, but I want to show you guys a few little techniques that can help you with improving your tilts and your tilt jumps. So we're going to start in just a first position. And what I want you guys to do is just begin to do a développé, and we're going to work on getting our tilt from there. I really think it's a good idea when working with tilts to try doing it freestanding first, using your own core strength and stability. That's going to help you in the long run. So we're going to start just développé. So I'm going to take my left leg here, toe right by the ankle in a little coupe. I'm going to slide up toe to knee passe. And then from here, rather than just extending straight out, I'm going to bring the knee first to the shoulder. This is going to hike your hip up, okay? So doing a tilt is not the same as doing like a ballet développé where we want to keep our hips really level the whole time. We're actually trying to lift that hip. So you'll see right away my hip, this left hip is getting higher than the right already. And that's part of the illusion of the leg looking so high in the tilt. From there, I want to turn my bottom heel in a little bit. Do you see how, or I should say turn it out more, but it's coming forward a little bit for my stability. And then I'm just going to lift. And I like to lengthen then the arms to match, which can make it a little harder to come down, as we can see. So let's try that again. I'm going to go a little faster because the longer you hold it, it's harder to maintain the stability. So typically, you want to hold when you get into the tilt, but then obviously on the way there, maybe don't take quite as long as I did showing. So let's try that little développé up, open the arms, and hold your tilt. And you can hold for a while once you find that balance. Arms are just stretched out to kind of match the line of the leg, okay? And then I like to just come down nice and controlled. Now, if that's something that like you're just falling a lot, you're having difficulty, it may be because we're just still learning where our body particularly can hold our tilt. So for example, if your height on your leg is more here, you're still going to lift your hips, but your arms would want to match that line of that top leg there, right? So kind of figuring out your own flexibility, and use a mirror if you have one to kind of match those lines with the arms. Another thing I'm going to show you guys is an arm variation that I like to use where your opposite arm kind of does a curve overhead, almost making this S shape with the arms. And when you go into the tilt that way, it can look really nice. So I'm going to do a different approach now. My right foot in front. I'm going to step into it, coming to a releve and curve the arms. So I'm going to step in, curve the arms, and lift the leg. Coming into it that way is obviously a little quicker, so let's try that one more time. Up and down. And you can land with the foot in front or side. Now let's try the other leg. It's always good to do things on both sides, even if we have our favorite side, just so we're strong and healthy through our bodies, and it will help you improve over time. So let's take the right leg now, coupe, passe, knee to the shoulder. Begin to turn your arms right away when that knee comes to the shoulder and find your line, okay? And just hold however you can. Your standing leg is so important here. The more you turn that standing leg out, the more you're gonna be able to hold. And that's one thing too, guys. Let's do that right side again. With tilt, I always overly rotate my bottom leg as much as I can, meaning, okay, if this is my normal first position, once I'm getting into the tilt, once my other foot is lifted, my standing leg, I turn it out more, okay? Because to get the stability that we need for this, we have to be able to fully rotate both hips, okay? I'm using my shoulders instead of my hips here. But just like if you were to stand parallel, this is a really good exercise too, guys, so maybe try this with me here. Just stand parallel, and without lifting your toes at all, just lift your heels and turn into first, okay? So that's the same type of feeling, just turning back into first position with those heels together, okay? So when you're doing a tilt, it's the same thing, but you're starting in first, so you're just turning out more, just like if you were doing a promenade, right? And you have to turn that heel out more, same idea, same concept there. So I'm gonna go ahead, coupe, passe, knee to shoulder, turn out more on the standing leg, find my tilt, try to match that line, and then come down. Now let's do the curved approach. So with this approach, I typically would start with my opposite foot in front. So I have my left foot in front in that tendu. Okay, I'm going to take the opposite arm up and over. So I'm going to go, if this is my left arm, that arm's going to come up and around, making that S shape. So I'm going to go up and around. And sometimes I turn all the way around with it like I did there. So you can try that again. Maybe just step in front or maybe turn all the way around. I'll show that turn around one more time for anyone who wants to try it. So we go up and around, okay? So very good. I hope you had fun working those tilts. You can always come back to this video, practicing at home. And then let's do the jumps now, okay? So for tilt jumps, I don't like a lot of preparation. I think just a simple tendu is all you really need. But there is something very important with these jumps, is that you have to pop the bottom foot, okay? So sometimes I see people try to do a tilt jump and they just throw the leg up, and then what happens is the bottom leg slides away and they're unable to have that moment in the air, okay? So if you want to have that moment in the air, you want to use your bottom leg to do like a little dégagé, pretty much. So try this. It's a very simple exercise. You just stand in the fifth position, plie, and then your leg that's in front, just brush it out. Just plie, brush it out, like a little pop. That's literally all your bottom leg is doing, okay? But if that leg doesn't pop out, sometimes your top leg can pull you and you can fall. Especially those of us that have that really high leg, you really need to pop that bottom leg out to balance yourself. So I'm going to start here. Basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to step on my right foot into that plie, and as I throw the left leg up, my right leg is going to do that little pop out. So it's really hard to show that in slow motion, so I'm just going to have to show you quickly. But my right foot's in front, I'm going to go pop, and there I am, okay? And I just landed with my left foot in front. So let's try that one more time on this leg. Tendu, and I go pop, and then I land, okay? So you can land like in a fifth, a fourth, you can land in a B+ as they did, or if you still have other choreography, you can go into whatever you need to. But let's try one more time, really thinking about that pop on that bottom leg, okay? So let's step and jump, and good. So let's do next side, okay? So now my left foot's gonna come in front, plie. I'm gonna brush the right and pop the left, okay? So let's step left foot front, plie, jump, and we did it. Okay, let's do two more to even out our sides. So left foot in front, plie, jump, and we're done. One more. Okay, these are so fun and you don't need too much space. So just plie, jump, and that's it, okay? So I hope you had fun working on some tilts and tilt jumps. These are one of my favorite jumps because they really don't need super tons of space. So I've been doing them a bit more because in my home, all the other jumps I like to do, I don't have as much space. So I hope you had fun with this, and I will be back next week with another skill we can look at for Technique Tuesday. Have a great week, guys.